Well, hello everybody. Guess what? It's Christmas Eve. That's a special time. It's so exciting. Christmas is almost here, and I can't be with all of you, but I hope you enjoy this Marco Polo. I wanted to read you a story that I got when I was 1 year old, and it was given by my parents to me. But it's called The Night Before Christmas. And that's what tonight is. It's the night before Christmas. Some people call it Christmas Eve. So anyway, I hope all of you are doing great and you're so excited. And this is such a fun time of the year. We've talked about that. And it's sort of a cozy time. And so I hope you really enjoy it, but also remember why we're really celebrating Christmas, and that's because of Christ's birth. It's like his birthday, and we get excited, and we try to be a little bit like him by being nice to others and sharing gifts and doing those kind of things. So I want to say a special hi to some folks. We'll start with Parker and Gemma. And Lucy, we had a story about Lucy a while back. And then how about Lily and Levi? And then we've got Isaac and Elise and Caleb and Laura. And is that all? No, it's not. We also have Janae. And so let's go ahead and let me read you this story on this fun Christmas Eve. It's called The Night Before Christmas. Well, and this is a very old book. It almost falls apart when I turn the pages. It's so old. And they start by showing a calendar with all the different days of Christmas. And this was December of 1822, a long, long time ago. That's when the story takes place. So it's a real old story. It says, "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse." So it was very quiet that evening. And then they show a picture here, some kids hanging their stockings. Can you see that? Look at that. It says, "The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, with visions of candy dancing in their heads." There's the mom and the dad. And there's the kids. Do you see the two kids in the bed and then a kid down here? Isn't that fun? Oh my. They're getting ready for Christmas. I always had such a hard time sleeping on Christmas Eve. But it looks like these kids are all asleep, but it shows they're dreaming of candy and presents for Christmas. And Mama with her little hat, sleeping hat, and I with my cap had just settled down for a long winter's sleep, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. So here's the dad. Do you see him getting ready to turn off the light? And he had a cap on. Sometimes back a long time ago, houses got pretty cold, so people wore sleeping hats to keep their heads a little bit warmer. And do you see the mommy with her hat on? But it looks like the mommy's already asleep, and the dad was turning out the light when he heard such a clatter outside. That means he heard some noise outside. Look what he did. He jumped out of his bed and he put on his robe. Look at his little cap, and he's trying to look out the window. Do you see him? I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw open the window. He wanted to see, so he pulled back the curtains and he opened the window so he could look out and see what was going on. He was surprised. What's going on outside? The moon on the new fallen snow made it look like it was in the middle of the day, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a sleigh and 8 reindeer. Look at that. There's the reindeer and the sleigh with Santa Claus in it. And there's houses. Oh my. Everybody's trying to see what's going on. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. Santa Claus has different names. Sometimes it's Santa Claus, and a long time ago they used to say Saint Nick, but it's all the same. So there he is, coming into a new neighborhood. More rapid than birds could possibly fly, he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Here's Santa Claus with all the reindeer. And he says, he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. It must have been a clear night that night because they didn't have Rudolph, but they must not have needed Rudolph, and maybe Rudolph was doing something else that needed to be done at the North Pole. But these are the reindeer that he took that night. Are you getting used to their names? Dasher and Dancer, and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. That's all 8 of them. Oh, they were just going so fast. Look at this picture. They're flying up on top of a house. Do you see them heading for a house? Oh, do you see that person looking out the window? That is the husband we just talked about. He's looking out, and it looks like they're heading to his house. Oh my. So up on the housetop the reindeer did fly, with a sleigh full of toys, and Saint Nicholas too. Wow. And then in a twinkle, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. He could hear the reindeer up on the roof going boom, 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 boom. Can you hear the reindeer? They were running around on the roof, and he could hear them up there. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. Look at that. There's St. Nick, Santa Claus. He came into the chimney. He was dressed all in fur from head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like somebody having fun with a lot of presents. There he is. He's starting to unload a whole bag of presents. And look at the stockings. They look all empty right now. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples so merry. His cheeks were like roses and his nose like a cherry. He had a beard that covered his chin and was white as snow. He had a broad face and a little round belly. A little round belly, ho, ho, ho. Ah, that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Have you ever seen a bowl full of jelly? When you jiggle it, it jiggle, jiggle, jiggles. They said his belly jiggled, jiggled, jiggled. So here he is. Look at him with all these fun, amazing toys for the kids. Look at him, and there's a bag of stuff. Oh my, and the kids are fast asleep. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old guy, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. So there he was, doing his stuff, and there's the dad. He came downstairs to see what he could see, and he was seeing Santa Claus. And look at that. And it looks like the man had his cap on for sleeping, and he got on a big robe to keep him warm. Let's see what happens next. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk. There he is, and he's filling up the stockings. Look at that. And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, with the chimney he rose. Look at that. He went flying up the chimney. It looks like he exploded up the chimney with an empty bag now. So they said he touched the side of his nose and gave a nod to the man, and boom, he was gone up the chimney. Boom, just like a flash. So he said he was laying his finger aside of his nose, laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod. He gave a nod. Can you put your finger on the side of your nose and give a nod? And that's what turned on his magic. And he flew up the chimney he rose. Look at that. Boom, he's up on the roof in an instant. He sprang to his sled, to his team gave a whistle, and away they flew like the down on a thistle. Look at him. He got up on the roof and he told his reindeer to go, and roar, 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 they took off and flew. Look at them go. But I heard him explain as he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. That's the last thing he heard Santa Claus say, and then Santa Claus just disappeared. And look at the kids enjoying their Christmas presents, and even the mom and the dad, everybody's so happy. Well, that is the story of the night before Christmas. And all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. So I hope you have a great night tonight and a great day today. It's such a wonderful time of year. And just remember, the real reason we celebrate Christmas is because of Jesus Christ and all the gifts and love he gave us. During Christmas, we try to show that we can be a little bit like him, and we give presents to other people and gifts, and we try to be very nice because we're remembering what Jesus did. But it's so fun to have stories that we enjoy so much, like the night before Christmas. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that story. Tonight is the night before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. It's so exciting. I just love this time. So I hope you enjoy it too. And remember, I love you so much. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a wonderful Christmas tomorrow. Love you. Bye-bye.